Welcome to Spoiler Alert, where we talk about and spoil your favorite shows. This week, we crunch those crazy Walking Dead numbers and look ahead at this Sunday's zombie-packed episode. We also weigh in on the most divisive Homeland episode ever and get Beauty and the Beast scoop straight from the leads themselves.
He has to apologize.
Make amends.
God.
And also, we've seen the Bones wedding, and we loved it.
We're gonna have a great wedding. Woo!
What are you doing? Oh.
I see what you did there, crunching the Walking Dead numbers, because the heads kind of crunch
I actually didn't mean to do that.
when we drive a knife into them.
I didn't mean to do that, but I see it now in retrospect. 16 million viewers.
That's crazy.
Insane. When that press release came in, I was like, that's got to be some kind of cume. Like over 3 airings or something like that. One airing, one episode, 16 million viewers.
Yeah,
the fact
and
that a
it's
TV
going
show
up,
can do that.
And it's going up every season. Like season 1, I think the premiere was like a little over 5 million, then it was 7, and then it was about 10, and now 16 million.
If you make good TV, people are going to come. That's
Plus,
the bottom line. I don't believe any of this, broadcast is dead, network TV is dead. You make a good program, people are going to come.
Plus, I just think it's got a little bit of something for everybody, and that's why people are tuning in. If you have lowbrow taste, you're going to find plenty to watch there. If you got highbrow taste, you can, read it as some sort of, insight into post-apocalyptic class systems and whatever.
Hopefully, if you're watching it for highbrow reasons, you can pronounce apocalyptic.
Exactly.
And I think there was some curiosity if the show would maintain its quality during the showrunner shift. Glenn Mazzara is out, Scott Gimple is in. I think it was a seamless transition.
Yet there's people who are complaining that it wasn't action-packed enough. And I'm like, come on, the store scene,
zombies falling through the
the
ceiling.
falling dead, they're coming through the roof of the place.
That's something we haven't seen before. It was literally raining zombies.
Yeah, it was a little convenient that the roof chose to
Right.
get a little iffy.
While
on
there were
that.
cameras on it.
Exactly, yeah.
And I liked how it sort of juxtaposed the quieter storyline with Rick and this woman. I like how they still weave in these personal tales from the apocalypse.
Right.
He's slowing. He needs something alive.
But what was the point of that sequence?
Just to remind us to put a human face on the apocalypse and
The other sufferers out there?
yeah, there is a world out there beyond the prison.
Let me be like him. Don't stop it. Don't end it after.
My favorite moment outside of the Raining Zombies one was when Michonne came back to camp. And she was kind of like cracking wise with Rick and
Yeah,
having nice warm
that was
little
great.
moments with Carl.
Somebody hit the jackpot.
No way.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll get you reading when you're done.
And this coming week, we actually get a pretty interesting little nugget about her backstory.
Yeah.
And, my only concern is let's not humanize her too much too quickly. Like, I appreciate that some time has passed since season 3, but, let's not make her, the wacky sidekick now.
Your face is losing the war.
She's got to still remain fierce.
Well, if they humanize her too quickly, it just means she's going to die.
And people are dying. I mean, that's the
All
premiere.
the red shirts are dying, though. That's the only cheat for me. It's like anytime you enter a new season and you see all these new characters,
I'd be honored to shake your hand.
that's just more people to kill off that no one cares about.
It's dangerous going out there.
I know.
But you knew when they merged with Woodbury that there was going to have to be some way to drop the head count.
Right.
And you see what happens in episode 2 coming up, that, there's whatever it is that, got rid of the geeky kid and turned him. That's going to be a big, big issue there inside the prison walls, and that's going to help, clean house, so to speak.
Also, this coming Sunday, there's a new prison mystery that is sort of born that I think is really interesting. It involves the zombies.
The very final scene, you're talking about that?
Yes.
Yeah. I had to rewind that and be like, wait, what am I supposed to be wondering here?
Yeah. Also on Sunday, Homeland aired one of the more polarizing episodes ever, maybe the most polarizing episode. As I mentioned on Twitter, I admired what they were doing. It felt like it took a lot of balls to just stop the story and go over it and let's check in on Brody and really make the whole episode about him.
I thought it was going to be strictly about him.
I was shocked when they cut away and we saw...
31 minutes in, yeah.
Yeah, it was tedious though. There's no way getting around that. Especially coming off last year where it was just so suspenseful. Every episode you're like, oh my God, they're burning through stories so fast. The pace has just slowed down so considerably.
I would have forgiven this past Sunday's episode a little bit more if, in checking in on Brody, we got a few answers, something remotely resembling answers. How did he end up in Venezuela?
Right.
Okay, why was he all bloody? I mean, there was a vague allusion to some Colombians or something. But give us some sense of what he's actually been up to during this missing time. Yeah. Instead, he's deposited there, he meets these people, and we still know nothing. Right. And coming out of the episode, we know less than ever about what his story is going to be, what Carrie's story is going to be, how they're possibly ever going to interconnect again. Although I'm told that this Sunday's coming episode will start to crystallize the larger plan for the new season a little bit more.
Is that code word for more entertaining?
It's going to be a strong episode, a stronger episode. Although I got to worry because part of the log line says Dana goes missing, throwing Jessica into panic.
Well, that could mean she goes missing and is murdered.
Or turned.
Or turned into a zombie.
Speaking of beastly creatures.
You were at Comic-Con this past weekend,
I was
moderating like 6 panels.
I moderated 2 panels, one of which was Beauty and the Beast on the CW. And before things got started, I sat down with Christian Kruk and Jay Ryan. And, when we last tuned in, the Beast has amnesia, Vincent's got amnesia, and he doesn't remember Catherine at all, and he just totally beasted out on her and like threw her across a rooftop. So things are not going well for this couple. So I asked Jay and Kristen, what's coming up next for this relationship?
Let's do it.
What's going through Kat's mind now after that encounter on the roof?
And Catherine really believed that Vincent would never hurt her. That was like her core belief. And now that she has learned that that isn't true, I think she really has to question, is this man the man that I thought that he was? And how do I relate with him? She is discouraged, very much so, except for she still has hope. Because she kind of has to.
Do you think that it's going to be up to Vincent to reprove himself to Catherine to get back in her good graces?
I think so. I think Vincent's just as suspicious of Catherine as she is of him right now. But yeah, he's going to start to...
He has to apologize.
Make amends.
God.
It's gonna take more than a picnic on the roof?
I think so. At
Yeah,
this
it's going
point...
to take more than a sandwich, that's for sure.
I liked your outfit in that. You look good.
Yeah.
And I want to end with the Bones wedding. We got an advance look at the episode. It airs this coming Monday. I loved it.
So good.
So good. A lot of build-up. 8 years in the making, 9 if you include this season. So there were a lot of expectations, but I thought they executed it pretty much perfectly.
I think it was one of TV's great wedding episodes.
Oh my God, Fox is going to use that on all their advertising.
You had returning faces that kind of had to be there, and they were there. I'm kind of surprised how big his son got.
I actually Googled to make sure they
It was the
didn't
same
recast.
kid. Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's him.
Yeah.
I thought they recast him.
The case of the week was pretty interesting, and it wasn't like clumsily related to the wedding thing, like it was going to be, oh, she died on her wedding day or something. The emotions were totally there. I mean, the scene when Brennan's vows, I mean, call me a hopeless romantic, but that wrecked me.
I loved her speech where she turned around to everyone and like announced that she's not being handed over to Booth.
Yeah.
I thought that was very much in keeping with the character.
This is not one man ceremonially handing over a woman as though she's property. Okay?
One of the best things I can say about the episode was we knew they were getting married. So a lot of the episode was like, will they or won't they, all of these things. And even though there was no real suspense there, it was still so enjoyable.
Yeah.
It was so fun to watch.
It was a good week for TV weddings. You had a great one on The Mentalist, which had a lot of emotion. You had the one on Bones. So, if and when Castle ever gets around to it, the bar has been set.
So as the credits roll this week, we are actually, last week we predicted I think we made suggestions to CBS how they could fix their Monday problem.
Yes.
We didn't use the footage. Silly us, because it turned out everything we said was pretty much what happened.
This is found footage, like Blair Witch or something?
We were going to save it for the spoiler alert DVD.
Okay.
But then we found out there isn't going to be a DVD, so we're going to just put it here, right at the closing credits.
All right, so these are our predictions made 1 week ago.
We did, yes, check the outfits. We were wearing those outfits last week.
Let's do it.
Let's watch it. Let's brainstorm some solutions to CBS's Monday problem.
Oh, they do have one.
Mike and Molly.
Definitely.
Bring it
Mike and
back.
Molly, it's already in production.
Yep.
Bring it off the bench. Get it on there as soon as possible.
8:30?
8:30. Replace We Are Men.
What are they going to do about hostages, though?
Okay, hostages, you bring back Hawaii. You just swap hostages and Hawaii Five-0. Hostages is getting half the audience of Hawaii Five-0.
Right, and they have to finish the hostages arc.
There's 12 weeks to go. Finish it up on Friday. Job done. I'm looking good.
See? You're not in this footage.
I'm Haley Steinfeld, and you're watching ENTV. Hi, my name is Kieran Shipka, and you're watching ENTV.
Aubrey Plaza, ENTV. I just touched it with my mouth, sorry.